Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. This is the sequel of the famous Hellblade Senua Sacrifice, where Senua returns to a journey of survival in Viking Iceland. As in the first part, here you will struggle to conquer the horrors of darkness by slaying puny enemies and by dealing with your own inner demons. The game has these almost photorealistic visuals, especially when you look at the faces. The expressions are amazing, every muscle moves as it should. You feel anger, pain, madness, and of course, hunger. For a good bowl of potato salad. I got you here, I know. So the story unravels in 10th century Iceland, which was recreated from real locations. So basically there is a tour somewhere in Iceland where you can visit all the spots, or if there isn't, that is a business opportunity, no doubt. Anyway, this is a psychological, horror-infused adventure with a deep and captivating story, stunning visuals and cinematics. Review score on Steam is close to 90%, so the sequel is definitely worth your attention. And now let's take a short look at the Steam game bundles. On Humble Bundle there is this really cool indie game collection, where among others you will find Sands of Aura, a beautiful Souls-like game that is also very appealing for those who like Diablo and other action RPG games. You will also get Airborne Kingdom, where you will construct your flying city in the skies, and One Lonely Outpost, where you will explore and build on a barren alien world, and many other games. All these titles combined cost just 12 euros or like $13. Great deal, no doubt. There is also this Adult Swim bundle with 7 games in it. Here you'll find Rain World and its expansion Downpour, which adds 4-player co-op. Then Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, which is voiced by original actors, and a few other games different in style and genre. And the last but not least, Narrative Games bundle, including The Pale Beyond, beautiful and rough story about polar explorers who went through a frozen wasteland where every decision matters and the ice doesn't care. 10 euros for 7 games is a great price for everyone who likes a nice story or two. You will find all the links in the description and in the first pinned comment below. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 Deluxe Edition. This is a third-person shooter where you will be able to play not only as a plant, as usual, but as a zombie as well. Here you'll find around 100 different playable character variants. You will engage in up to 24-player online battles in different modes, and when I say that, I mean it. The game was released a few years ago, but there are around 1,000 players online, on a good day, so the game is alive and kicking. Not like zombies in this game, they are for sure long dead, although they can kick, probably. Maybe. Anyway, there are also 4-player co-op and even solo options available. You won't find any campaign here, however you can play solo against AI in any game mode if you want. Game has 12 maps and around 90% positive reviews. What's not to like? Halo, the Master Chief Collection. This iconic release includes 6 games built for PC and collected in a single integrated experience. Whether you are a longtime fan or meeting Spartans for the first time, the Master Chief Collection is the place for you to start or to continue your Halo gaming experience. People on Steam are affirming that this is the best way to play Halo nowadays. If you want the best quality Halo experience, play this version over Halo Infinite. The latter is free, but as for now it has a bit too many problems. Although updates are constant and it may become a serious game after all in the future. Like, you can still become an outstanding penis doctor if you try your best. Well, probably not, but don't lose your hope. So the Master Chief Collection will give you the best experience possible. The games are action infused, but the franchise also has a large storyline and are among the best story-heavy FPS games ever released. Pentiment. This game looks kinda dumb, but it's made by Obsidian Entertainment. Yeah, the same guys behind Pillars of Eternity, Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and many others.
What are the others?
Oh, shut up! This is a narrative-driven historical game focusing on character development, with heavily stylized art and choice-driven storytelling in early 16th century Bavaria. You will play as Andreas Moller, a clever illustrator caught up in a series of murders in a secluded abbey over the course of 25 years. You will be responsible for conducting your own investigation to decide the fate of the community, but each decision will have lasting consequences and draws you closer to the center of underlying conspiracy. People on Steam are saying that the writing is top quality, art style is amazing, and animations are great. And yeah, the game has an overwhelmingly positive review score as well. State of Decay Juggernaut Edition. This is an open-world survival game set just after the zombie apocalypse. Your small community of survivors seeks to rebuild a corner of civilization, and you get to make all the decisions about how that happens. So, knowing you, humanity is doomed, and it's all your fault. For those who are concerned, this is a single-player game with an option to play co-op. So, this is not some MMO or online shooter battle royale with zombies, no, this is a serious game with base building, RPG mechanics, and permanent death. Yeah, that doesn't sound cool, but believe me, it is very good for immersion. You won't be jogging around with your PP out, swinging left and right, you be careful and take the game seriously instead. You will decide who to recruit to your team, where to settle your community, how to fortify and upgrade your base. You will select which survivor to bring along on a scavenging run for the ammo or ingredients for delicious potato salad, and who you use to fight off the zombies attacking your base. People on Steam are saying that this game has probably the closest feeling to The Walking Dead show, and a very positive review score is a proof of that. We happy few. This is the tale of a plucky bunch of moderately terrible people trying to escape from a lifetime of cheerful denial. In this alternative 1960s England, conformity is key. You'll have to fight or blend in with the drug-addicted delusional inhabitants, most of whom don't take kindly to people who won't abide by their not-so-normal rules. In other words, you are in the world of psychos, and you have to stay alive somehow. Reminds me of good old school days back in my youth in a fresh post-Soviet Lithuania. So here you'll discover the city's dark history as you play through the intertwined narratives of three rebellious citizens, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Although many people are displeased about the change of narrative, for most of us jumping from one character to another is too big of a change and is annoying, so keep that in mind. Darkwood. If you could imagine a Lovecraftian forest with all the horrors in it, Darkwood checks all the marks. It is heavily inspired by, for example, Color Out of Space, and even has some Easter eggs in this field. When I played it, I felt that creators probably took a lot of inspiration from Stephen King as well, who is himself a fan of Lovecraft, and you can feel the influence in many of his novels, starting from madness-infusing Shining to the horrors of the unknown in The Mist. So the Darkwood makes you feel that you are trying to survive in one of these stories. Creepy monsters, inhabitants and ever-changing woods surround your every step. By day you collect resources and explore the area, but by night you must barricade yourself in a safe place because various beasts of horror will try to make you, less alive. So every night is a battle for survival, and every day is another chance to make your fortress stronger. Story is great, the gameplay is great, and the game is simply a must-play. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is one of my favorite games I have ever played. Yeah, I am a fan of Star Wars, and my whole childhood I dreamed of becoming a Sith, so I could teach people I don't like a lesson of. From all Souls-like games, Fallen Order had the most satisfying combat I've seen since the times of the third Witcher, and I probably liked it so much because it reminded me of those sword dances I did as a Geralt. The game started slow, but the more I played, the more powerful I got. Skills like running on walls or throwing spinning lightsaber into a bunch of puny enemies are not given to you all at once. At the beginning you suck as a Jedi, even some random rat can kill you if you are not careful enough. So I died a lot. But later I became a real combat god because I discovered a story mode difficulty. Yeah, this is a Souls-like game even noobs like me can enjoy. Crusader Kings III. He will choose your noble house and lead your dynasty to greatness in a Middle Ages epic that spans generations. War is but one of many tools to establish your reign, as real strategy requires expert diplomatic skill, mastery of your realm, and true cunning. Begin in medieval times and claim titles, lands, and minions to secure a realm worthy of your royal blood. And if you die, that's okay. Your lineage continues with new playable heirs, either planned or not. Depends on your combined skill of bad diplomacy and casual diplomacy while you were alive. But be warned, the game is extremely complicated and it will take you many days to master. Although it has almost endless replayability, it may be the game you play for years and years. Also keep in mind that the prequel of the game, Crusader Kings II, is completely free on Steam and you can try it anytime you want. Ghostrunner. This is a hardcore slasher packed with lightning-fast action set in a grim cyberpunk megastructure. Here you will climb Dharma Tower, humanity's last shelter after a world-ending cataclysm. You will have to make your way up from the very bottom to the very top to confront the tyrannical Keymaster. The streets of this tower city is full of violence. Evil Keymaster rules with an iron fist and little regard for human life. If you like Shadow Warrior and especially Doom Eternal, there is a juicy chance that you will enjoy Ghostrunner as well. Anno 1800s. Here you will take charge of your own future as you navigate the rapidly evolving technological landscape and malicious political arena of the 19th century. In other words, here you will have to build an empire that will reach from the stinky cities of Europe to the untouched jungles of South America. Game is rich with technological innovations and conspiracies, so it will provide you an opportunity to prove your skills as a ruler. Or, to disappoint everyone more likely. You will create huge cities, plan efficient logistic networks, settle on an exotic new continents, send out expeditions around the globe and dominate your opponents by diplomacy, trade, warfare and your pure awesomeness. The bad thing about this game is that it is armed with DRM and requires a Ubisoft account. Sometimes I think that they do everything to repel you from buying their games. Those features do nothing, you can find the game in every pirate website anyway, so why even bother? Anyway, about 80% of reviews are positive, so if town builders are your spoon of potato salad, it may be an interesting choice for you. Noita. This is the game which will allow you to dive straight into adventure without sinking many hours preparing for battle. Noita is a magical action roguelite game set in a world where every pixel is physically simulated. Here you'll fight, explore, melt, burn, freeze and evaporate your way through the procedurally generated world using spells you created by yourself. So,
Fitus delitus
and
vodkus autos of thinus eros
is an option at last. You will explore a variety of environments ranging from coal mines to freezing wastelands while delving deeper in search for unknown mysteries and use your magic to crush your enemies and manipulate the world around you. The game is really fun and is a rare owner of overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That alone should put this game onto your radar. Impaler. This is a minimalist retro arena shooter with spikes. You'll summon spikes to slay monsters, build barriers and reach higher ground. The game is challenging, rewards movement, and each run feels different thanks to roguelike elements. Here you'll overcome the increasingly difficult hordes of monsters by upgrading your weapons and abilities. The game has a retro art style and really not bad soundtrack. Also, developers use their own engine, so the game feels really smooth. Basically, if you feel nostalgia for classic Doom or Duke Nukem games, Impaler is a wonderful choice. Also, the price is a joke even without a discount. The game is short, only about 2.5 hours, and can be completed in a single sit-down any evening, which is great.
And now Random Shoe says subscribe to Cold Beer.
Endless Legend. Here you will evolve your civilization through discovery and new advanced technologies. You will keep one step ahead of the other 8 civilizations by trade and diplomacy, or eradicate your puny enemies with the help of unit equipment, abilities and the terrain to overcome the challenges using your humongous IQ. The game has quite high replayability because of randomly generated worlds and quests. You can set the size, shape and topography of your new world and even create new civilizations. Also, all existing ones really differ from one another and have authentic mechanics. By the way, Endless Legend is not computer power hungry, it runs quite smoothly even if you have a potato PC that is below minimum requirements. People on Steam are saying that Endless Legend is a wonderful game with a great atmosphere, lore and mechanics, but it also eats your time in huge amounts, so be sure you have it. Bendy and the Dark Revival. The second part of Bendy and the Ink Machine was released 5 years after the success of its predecessor, and surprisingly it is even more loved by the puzzle and horror fans than the first part. On Steam it is close to an overwhelmingly positive title, and that is a thing you cannot ignore. Here you will play as Audrey as she explores the depths of a creepy animation studio that's gone completely mad, just like your alcoholic Uncle Steve who believes that Earth is in the shape of a vodka bottle. Yeah, flat earthers are such a thing of the past. Anyway, here you'll combat ink-tainted enemies, solve puzzles and evade an ever-lurking ink demon while seeking your way back to the real world. You never know who or what is going to be around the next corner in this crazy realm of shadows and ink. Like in the first part, you will have to discover the truth, escape the studio and above all fear the ink demon and survive. A wonderful game for your spooky evenings. Stranded: Alien Dawn. This is a planet survival sim placing the fate of a small maroon group in your hands. You'll forge your story as you make vital decisions to protect your survivors from thirst, starvation, disease, extreme weather, and so on. You will plant, grow, harvest, and hunt down food, provide heat, light, devices for relaxation, and more to keep survivors on top of their game, ready to face the next challenge. Stockpile useful resources and salvage material from fallen space debris. Also research technologies to expand your horizons. You will rise from basic camps to fortified bases, create a stronghold to defend the survivors from attacks by alien creatures. This deadly alien world is home for various scary monsters, although not as scary as your ex-mother-in-law. People are saying that the game will keep you intrigued for hours, and no two scenarios are ever the same. Little Nightmares 2. You will return to a world of charming horror, a suspense-adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that has been distorted by the humming transmission in the distance. With a girl in the yellow raincoat as your guide, you set out to discover the dark secrets of the signal tower. Your journey won't be easy. You will face a host of terrible threats from the horrific residents of this world. So check the status of your mental balls, the hardness, the texture, and dive into the world of horrors and quirkiness. This game is weird, to say the least, but it is one of the best side-scroller games you will ever play. I can guarantee you that. Cloudpunk. Here you will play as a person named Rania. This is your first night working for Cloudpunk, a semi-legal delivery company based in the sprawling city of Nivalis. You go everywhere, from the marrow below to the spires that pierce the grey clouds high above. No delivery job is too dangerous and no one is faster than a Cloudpunk driver. You never ask what's in the package you are delivering, but, you know, one day everything went south and suddenly you will have to unravel mysteries in a world of corporate conspiracy, hackers, and rogue AI. Great original game. Inscryption. This is a card-based odyssey that blends the deck-building roguelike, escape room-style puzzles, and psychological horror into a well-mixed Bloody Mary. You'll acquire a deck of woodland creature cards by draft, surgery, and self-mutilation, unlock the secrets lurking behind the walls of a mysterious cabin, and embark on an unexpected and deeply disturbing adventure. So don't play this game with your little kids or something. Anyway, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam are well-deserved. This game is a real gem. Also, if you are in doubt, you can play the free demo version. Broforce. This platformer holds 78th position on the list of the best games ever released on Steam. When evil threatens the world calls on Broforce, an underfunded, overpowered paramilitary organization dealing exclusively in excessive force. Brace your loins with up to 4 players to run and gun as dozens of different bros and eliminate the opposing terrorist forces that threaten our way of life. You'll battle in a flurry of bullets and non-stop action through various missions set amongst the picturesque treetops and the absurdly dangerous lumber mills, teeming with enemy soldiers, excessive artillery, and inconveniently placed circular saws. So keep your balls close to yourself, don't wave them around as you are used to. And I wouldn't be a gaming channel if I couldn't tell you a secret from time to time. You can try Broforce absolutely free, but you need to search for a different name on Steam. Free standalone about an hour-long mission is called Expendabros. It was made as a promotion for the movie Expendables 3, and it is made so well that overwhelmingly positive reviews even on this one is not a surprise at all. And if you are somehow not subscribed, I've just proved to you that you should.
Yeah, do it now.
Prison Architect. Welcome to the prison. And not a prison of your mind you are living in right now, but a real one. Well, real is a relative term here. The game works somehow similar like any dungeon manager game. Well, more like literally the same. Except your inmates do not have as much of free will here, if you know what I mean. Anyway, here you will build an amazing maximum security prison where you can be a sadistic tyrant and torture your inmates. Or, I don't know, Norwegian prison where inmates live better than people in freedom in most of the countries. I just saw on TV one documentary and their prisoners had better TVs and furniture than I do at my home. So, you know, you can help me out by supporting me on Patreon or joining here on YouTube. By the way, did you know that Prison Architect has a 3D mode as well? This is not a mod or something, you can turn it on or off anytime you want. Just don't drop the soap. Owlboy. I don't know who had an affair with the owl from Winnie the Pooh, but the Owlboy is obviously the result of this forbidden love. Well, they have covered this story with some other one in the game, but we all know the truth. So if you were ever thinking, what if classic pixel art platformer games were made today, Owlboy is probably one of the best examples of that. Gameplay is really fun, and it has a heart-touching story and characters, and to be honest, it's probably an amazing game to play on your Steam Deck.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Also, don't forget to subscribe.